Good morning, everyone. Today is the 13th day of reading the book of Matthew during the Lent. Today's Bible passage I would like to share with you is book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 1 through 23. This Bible passage is all about the parable of sower. The parable is very simple. When a sower went out to sow and spread the seed to the land, there are four types of the land. One of them is a path. Some seed fell on the path. Then a bird came and ate them all. And some seed fell on the rocky ground. As you know, on the rocky ground, there is very little soil. So the seed sprang up very quickly. But when sun rose, they were withered. And some of them fell among the thorns. But thorns very rapidly grew up so that they choked the seed. So they died. And also some of them fell on the good soil. And then they bear fruit 30 times, 60 times, and 100 times. In fact, when you read today's Bible passage, Jesus explained these parables' meanings. The seeds is the word of God. And then all of the four types of the land is their heart, how they receive the word of God. So the first types of the people who represent the path does not understand the word of God, and then the evil take out their word of God. And then the people who represent the rocky ground receive the word of God with joy immediately. But the persecution or troubles came in relation to this word of God, they gave up. The third types of the people who represent the seeds among the thorns, they just receive the word of God, okay, but they have a lot of cares for the world and then the cares for the wealth, so that they cannot bear fruit. And the last one, seed on the good soil, is the represent the people who receive the word of God with joy, and then also risking a lot of the things, and then try to bear fruit. And then as a result, they just have the 30 times or 60 times, or sometimes 100 times they bear fruit. That's the people. So one of the very obvious meaning about this parable we need to think about is, how can we listen to the word of God? Certainly there is the answer, right? We have to be good soil. But how can we make ourselves a good soil? When we listen to the word of God, maybe from the sermon and then from the other voices, or from the reading the Bible, one of the important things we have to remember is that God is talking to us, directly to us. So especially when you listen to the sermon or the reading the Bible, try to find the message, God's message, especially toward you. And then you will find it. If you humble yourselves and try to listen very carefully, you can find God's message today. That's one of the way how we make ourselves good souls. Also, sometimes in different ways, you can place yourselves into the soil. You can be a sower. Sometimes you try to share the good news with your friends and the family members. Also, sometimes you try to live out the word of God in your life. But sometimes you feel like nothing happens, even though you try. Sometimes you feel very discouraged because of that. But this parable just shows us that just keep doing it. Certainly, while we just plant our seed, spread our seed, something fell on the good soil and bear the fruit without our recognition. So I hope that this Bible passage will just encourage you today to keep doing the God's work. Have a wonderful day. Bye.